And we are back. Avry Sports Show, livestream.com/Avry Sports. Episode number 200. As I'm talking to you, I see we're replaying the home run derby from last night. That was such an interesting derby. Jose Bautista, I was going to say Jose Canseco. Jose Bautista and Prince Fielder were in the finals. Although Prince Fielder winning the title again. That man has absolutely sheer power in his bat, watching him get it done last night. But you gotta give Jose Bautista. He hung in there, got done, beat out Mark Trumbo in the home run, in the swing off as they call it, to get to the finals. This was some absolute power of these guys. But Mark Trumbo, this guy in Anaheim, doesn't get as much press as you would think. Hit 29 home runs last year as a rookie. This is a guy, he's gonna be the face of the Anaheim Angels. Yes, I still call him Anaheim because LA Angels of Anaheim is a stupid name for any pro sports team. Yeah, the Anaheim Angels doesn't care how you put them. I mean, this is a guy, he's going to be face of this club very soon. Hit bombs out of the park when he's in the minor leagues. I have connections to him. I know his personal trainer very well. Great. So we're going to be putting a Trump on the show pretty soon anyway. I mean, great guy, great power hitter. He averages 419 feet in his every homer. There's a dude who will go off for 419, 425 every time he connects with a pitch. That is insane power from the young Mark Trumbo. Of course, watching home run derby, of course, last night. Did y'all watch John Kruk eating ribs like there's no tomorrow? George Brett, the legendary Kansas City Royals Hall of Famer, he brought ribs onto the ESPN set, and John Kruk was crushing them. I mean, I think he's going to eat no more Garcia Parra. The man still looked hungry. There was about 75 ribs on that plate, and Kruk ate about 60 on his own. Absolutely insane. My gosh, the way that man eats ribs. Just nuts. Absolute insanity. Of course, call into the program. Number to call, 780-628-1771. Extension code 260. Of course, Avry Sports Show, episode number 200. How did we get here? How are we at this point? How did we get the guests that we have? How am I at the point where I have guests going to walk into this place very soon? And someone calling into the show at about 1:30, hopefully. How do I get to this point? Well, take things back to 2008. I always wanted to do my own kind of sports show, talk show, or some kind of reporting. So I started on Facebook, something called Avry Rants, where I ranted on, which is pretty funny. My first ever video was me ranting on Sidney Crosby and how he was getting too much praise in cities he hadn't even played in yet, hadn't proved himself. So that was my first video. And it's kind of funny because now I like Sidney Crosby. Now I'm a big Crosby fan. It's funny. So I mean, watching him now, I'm watching my videos from 2008, how I've changed, how I've matured. It's too funny. Of course, Avry Rants on Facebook turned into Avry Sports Show on Blog Talk Radio in 2008, where I, by accident, stumbled upon, I typed in Google, how to host your own sports show, 2008. Stumbled upon Blog Talk Radio. It said, host your own radio show in 10 minutes. I said, what the heck? Signed up, got my own account. The next day, started the show on my cell phone. Yes, I used my cell phone and the house phone to do a full 60-minute show, no commercials, 60 minutes straight of talk and one caller. That's how Avry Sports Show got off the ground in 2008. And like I said, we've gone from Blog Talk, we've gone to Ustream, we've been on MorencySports.com, we're now on Livestream. We're probably going to be back on Morency's site very soon in the near future here. I know I talked to Gabe. We're going to try and get Gabe to call in today. I mean, it's been an odd ride. I mean, we've done shows, like I said, we've done shows in Edmonton, we've done shows in Saskatoon, we've done shows in Quebec City, Toronto. We've done shows with barely any lighting. We've done shows in heat, cold. We've done shows in all kinds of situations. It's been an absolute blast to do stuff. We've had guests on that have been outrageous. Warren Moon, Kevin Weeks. I've been to Canton. We have Mike McDonald on the show. I've interviewed Shannon Sharp. Interviewed Rich Eisen. Interviewed Deion Sanders. Interviewed Marshall Falk. The names we've had on this program. The things we've done on the road. I mean, I've been accredited for the Edmonton Oilers, Oil Kings, Edmonton FC. Done interviews, shocked people. I mean, the only one place to go now in this show, and that place is up. That is the only way you can go. I mean, probably the funniest time with this show is when we were on Morency Sports. Because if you know Gabe Morency, that was how we got our biggest infusion of guests. Was when we were on Morency Sports, and all of Gabe's ragers decided to flock to my show. Because remember, before Gabe came on at what, 9 p.m. Eastern? It was me. I was the appetizer. I was the opening act. Well, it's true. I was the appetizer. I came on, I got the crowd warmed up. And it was always pure gong show. People loved it. Some thought it was goofy because why you playing old school hip hop on your show? We want some more metal. I just said, hey, you got beef? Mate, I'm the boss. Can't complain to Gabe. Gabe said himself, you got issues, go complain to Avery about his show. Gabe didn't control it. So it's funny. After a while, people said, oh, alright. And he dealt with it. Like people should. So yeah, the absolute variety. It's just so much fun. And of course, that is how we had the introduction of one Mr. Dick in West Hollywood, aka comedian and actor Earl Skakel, calling in. And it's funny because Earl first knew about me because I was in Toronto visiting Gabe on his show. And the first time Earl truly noticed me was when I came on wearing a pink sweatshirt. And apparently he'd been trying to call in for 20 minutes to roast me for wearing pink on air as a man. So that was the first time Earl really noticed me and started to call into my show as Dick in West Hollywood, using his many jokes, many aliases. And of course most of his jokes are, I'll say this though, I'm glad he used the jokes on Avry Sports Show here on livestream and Ustream as opposed to Avry Sports Show on NR92.com, because we would be shut down in 5 seconds if Dick decided to call into the Avry Sports Show on livestream on NR92 on Nate Campus Radio. Woo-wee! We would have lasted a day. Of course, being on NR92.com also, that's been fantastic because look at us now. Look at the show at NR92. We basically took over the station, having Jamie Rivers call in, having Dave Naylor call in. Adam Brills, Matt Ingles have been two fantastic co-hosts. I know they couldn't be here today. Adam is over in Europe. Matt's working out in Fort McMurray right now. In Slave Lake, he's working. Although still fantastic time having those two guys on the program. Because remember, when I first started Air 92 on the sports show on there, I never done a full sports show with co-hosts. So bringing on Adam and Matt in the mornings has been a relief. It's been fantastic to bring in guys you can banter off of during an hour-long show from 8 to 9 in the morning. People always said, oh, you want to do a morning show? That'll wear you down. Now, me, being a morning sports show, a morning sports zoo kind of guy, that is an absolute blast. Of course, if you know the morning show, we've had our chuckle, we had our laughs. I guess probably the funniest thing was, if you know the running joke in the show is that we used to always go through NFL team quarterback histories and point out which quarterbacks are absolute garbage. I went through New York Jets history, and one of the quarterbacks who played for the Jets when they were known as the New York Titans in the 1960s, his name was Dick Wood. Well, of course, I don't know. I don't get how Richard turned into Dick. And either way, we talked about Dick Wood. And Adam, in the same breath, said, you know how I said on the show, boy, he must have gotten into some fights when he was a kid, being called Dick all the time. And Adam said, yep, I'm sure he waited up by the bike racks, pitching a tent. And I just told Adam, there was about 10 seconds of dead air before I told Adam, yes, Dick Wood was pitching a tent that we got Shamu the whale in the living room for some reason. Good whale calls. See, you got whales here, gonna get dolphins, probably gonna get Flipper up here and soon. My gosh. See, we're bringing wildlife into this program. See, you never know what you're gonna get in every sports show. And what episode to do it on. Absolute insanity. We'll take the commercial break. Be right back. Avry Sports Show, the webcast, episode number 200. Stay here.